and welcome to the second in our plant-based milk taste tests. We've already conducted the cold taste test, and we're now going to look at combining these milks with coffee. So we're staying cold at the moment still. We've not gone to heating these milks yet. We're going to use them as a cold milk accompaniment to a black coffee. So I've brewed a batch of filter coffee. It's a coffee from Ethiopia, from the Sidama region. I've chosen that coffee because it's got some decent acidity. There's floral notes in there. It's a bit tea-like, black tea-like in its character. And I thought that would be a decent challenge for these milks. I'm going to keep it as fair as possible. So we're going to weigh out 100 mils of coffee into each of these cups. And we're going to add 15 mils of each of the plant-based milks. So as consistent as we can be. Having done the first video, the colour of these milks is becoming a big giveaway. So we're going to mix the milk with the coffee, and then we're going to randomise the coffees before I start tasting. So I won't know what I'm tasting, and I can't be biased in any shape or form. What I am going to do as part of the edit is I'm going to overlay the names of each of the milks in front of these cups. So as you'll watch this video back, you will see what I'm tasting, although at this moment in time, I will have no idea at all. So here we have our 7 coffees with the milks added. Under each one there's a label that's turned face down, so as I pick the cups up I can't see what's there. I have no idea which is which. I'm going to discount one of them straight away, and it's this one here because it's curdled. And I really don't feel like tasting that one. The look of it is unappealing. So that is at the bottom of the pile straight away. We'll find out who that is shortly. I'm going to start from the right here and work my way across to my left. That's quite pleasant. I feel that the coffee's still coming through there. It's not taken over at all. I feel it's sitting quite well with that coffee, to be fair. Again, coffee very much so coming through this one here. Coffee's probably the dominant character in this cup here. I don't feel like the milk is taking over at all. I also like that one there. Less so. I think the character of the milk's kicking in a little bit more here now. I don't quite like it. It's not unpleasant, but maybe not as nice as the first two. I'll drop that back here a little bit. Nope. Very much dominated by the flavour and the character of the milk. There's a weird acidity going on in there. There's something that isn't quite gelling with this particular coffee. So we'll move that one out of the way, I think. Yep, pleasing, pleasant, works well. I have no objection to that one at all. And the last one. And again, really nice, really balanced, sat really nice with the coffee. Nothing that would alarm me or worry me about how that sits with the coffee at all. So to be fair, aside from this one that curdled and the flavour of this one, so far, I just don't think there's one that's either standing out at this moment in time or that I'm particularly concerned about out of these 5 here. So I'm going to have another taste and see if I can kind of pick out a favourite out of the 5 just here. So the more this one cools, the less I'm liking it. So possibly less now that it's cooled down again. Still tastes good. It's becoming one of my favourites. Okay, kind of in between these two, I would say. Not brilliant, but it's doing okay. Again, probably on a par, the top end here. Maybe a little bit of a finish that this one doesn't have. possibly push that one back a little bit. And finally, yeah, probably in a par just here with this one. So my favorite here, and working my way backwards through the table. So let's find out which came out on top and which kind of failed at the first hurdle. So my ultimate favorite was Sprout, which is really interesting because if you've watched the first video, you will see I got a completely different answer to this one. Second favorite was Mama Oat Milk. Third favorite, I would say equal favorite here. I've got Almond Milk, which genuinely surprised me. I didn't expect to see that there at all. In my last video, when I was tasting them cold, I thought that would no way work with coffee. And equal third for me, you had Oatly. I'm kind of not surprised the oats are kind of featuring highly again. Really interesting there. In fifth place, you have Milk, M-Y-L-K. That, as it cooled, it was pretty good at the start, but the more it cooled, the less I liked that one. Which is really intriguing of these two at the back here. So what I would say in sixth place, we've got Minor Figures Oat Milk, which means, and unsurprisingly, the one that actually split was the Rude Health Soya Milk. And like I said, I just don't want to taste that one. These are fascinating results because, to be honest with you, I would say 5 out of the 7 were what I would say at least acceptable with coffee. There's only 2 that really struck me as being not that pleasant. But also, the results are kind of flipped a little bit to what I found on the cold taste test. Really intriguing. I'm going to be really interested to see how well these foam next, and ultimately how well they combine and sit with an espresso-based beverage. Any thoughts, comments or questions you have about this or any of my other videos are always welcomed. Again, thanks for your likes. Your subscribes are really welcome. Thank you so much, and thanks for watching.